still November 14th, 23. A little better after the last video I'm uploading. Because you do realize, on a recorded line, where I told that agent, someone told on me, and he called me a liar. It was verified by the Norton Barberton police it was him. My ex-husband said he talked to him at that church. I told our son Danny, okay? It was him. All right? With his own confession, he talked to everyone. He told me, I told him about the guy that threatened to knife me at Giant Eagle. He called me a liar. I told him that he tried to kidnap me before. He called me a liar. Terry seen him, let me tape her with her permission. He had already killed Lori's family member, my one coworker, had a big bounty on his head for information on how to get him. And I'm trying to tell him about the serial killer coming after me. Okay? He started screaming about a camera above the bench. I don't know. And I tried to tell him about the Pizza Hut lady getting paid to watch me, and he's screaming at me, "You liar." The male banker yelled at him. You know, if they would actually get a hold of the two bankers from Huntington Bank, that the lady opened my account, there was a male banker working that day from Ravenna, through Huntington Bank, find out who that, they seen him walk off. They seen that, and that male banker yelling at that Pizza Hut lady for getting paid to stalk me. Somebody was paying her to stalk me. You can't pay someone to stalk somebody. You can't interfere in somebody's life. It's illegal. All right. All right. And he's calling me a liar. There's badgering laws, obstruction of justice, tampering with evidence, and tampering with witnesses. You have to take a victim or a witness or an informant statement, if you believe them or not, and follow through. It's a law. It's a law. Department of Justice 1729. You go to jail for it. Okay? He's like, you either say you're lying or I'll arrest you. And I said, what? He said, now, was there a camera above that bench or not? I don't know. He said, well, you either say you're lying or I'll put you in jail. It's like, fine, whatever. And he starts laughing at me. Now, I want you, this is a golden ticket. I want you to say you were faking you were sick before. I was really sick before. It's a documented medication error. Medical malpractice. After I had all those surgeries, my muscles locked up, went to the wrong doctors, falsely diagnosed me, wrote out all these wrong prescriptions, and I swelled from my feet to my brain. Wanted to do unnecessary surgeries, and it took another doctor to tell me what they were doing, and I was dying. I had swelled up from 105 pounds to 250 pounds. My feet went from 7.5 shoe to 8.5 wide. My heart's off, my thyroid quit working, my adrenal gland, my brain swelling. I'm ending up in the cardiac ward. I'm dying from medical malpractice. And a doctor told me what they were doing. They're getting kickbacks from the drug companies. They're making you sick, so you have to come back and writing out those big prescriptions. There's nothing wrong with you, but your muscles locked up from all those surgeries. Get an attorney soon, get off that medication. Now they're wanting to do unnecessary procedures. Okay? I was really sick, and it took me 9 months to get well afterwards. And it's like, I was really sick. It's a documented medication error. Documented medical malpractice. I said I was really sick before. This is a golden ticket. I had that family in my office that lost their son in that traffic accident. I had nothing to do with. Her father killed her kid. Ran a stop sign into a semi. Was late for a church baseball game. Other church people were behind him. Me and my whole family's at home. And showing off, running through a pulling through a stop sign. He ran into a semi and killed them both. In an arrogant stunt. Okay? An arrogant stunt. But a minister thought I caught his son in adultery. 6 months later, and he made up a lie that she was faking. She was sick through all that. It was a 3-year thing from the time I started having surgeries to my muscles locking up to swelling up like a balloon, and everything quit working, then 9 months to get well, and slowly get well. So, it was the stupidest lie in the world, and they're brainwashed boobs. Mindless boobs. Mindless boobs. Okay? And he acts like a crazy occult person. I had that family in my office that lost their son 2003. It's 2018 now. Her father killed her kid. Okay? And an arrogant stunner blowing through a stop sign in front of people. And when Brian showed up and said everybody couldn't believe he didn't even try to stop, he blew through that stop sign into that semi. Killed him. Okay? And I'm almost well before that happened. Took me 3 more months to get well. And 2 more months to get well. And it makes me furious that, seriously, her father killed her kid. That minister made it up in November. That kid got killed May 3rd, 2003 in a traffic accident I had nothing to do with. That minister only lied on me in November because he thought he caught his son in adultery, and it was my sister. Okay? I had that family in my office with them grieving. The people that took up the $25,000 to hire those men to kill me. You know those. And they were grieving over you faking you were sick. It devastated their life. It ruined their whole life. I didn't. They're blaming me for that accident. Her father killed her kid. A minister lying on me has nothing to do with her father killing her kid. Their situations are not even connected. Like my neighbor Becky said, that's insane trying to connect somebody lying on you to somebody else running a stop sign and killing somebody. That's insane. I've had the church people in here, and I've met with them. You need to realize what you've done. What did he just admit to on a recorded line? He had the Vegas in his office, and he's met with the church people. Now, and I'm like, but I really was sick before. He's like, you either say it or I'll leave you there. It's like, they're going to kill me. So? I said, don't leave me here. Then you say it or I'll leave you there. His sworn duty to protect. Threatening to leave me there. And I'm begging for my life. And he's like, you either say it or I'll leave you there. They'll kill me. So you say it or else. It's like, fine, just don't let them kill me. Ha! What'd you just admit to? You had the Vegas in your office? And the church people. Go back through his phone records and people have been in his office, you'll see him. Huh? Everybody's already confessed he was the one telling on me at that church. With his own confession. Okay? Then he's like, why would that be? I help a person like you. They're going to try to kill me. So? They've tried to kill me. So? Then another golden ticket. They yell out my rapist's name that I've never met. That I found out my ex-husband hired on his own. So another golden ticket. Well, we could use Pete's tape. It's a shower scene in the other room, photoshopped. I found out. I've never met Pete. I've never talked to him. I didn't know who he was for a year. No authority, serial rapist, human trafficking Pete. And a drug cartel Pete. A retired judge like the one in Florida. In it with the drug cartel. Scamming people, running sextortion scams Pete. Child molester Pete that likes to take pictures of little kids going potty and sell them on porn sites. Ones that like to sell women on porn sites, and ones that like to break in and either roofie drinks when they're out of the room and they don't see them. And then they get dizzy for a second and the room goes black. Wake up with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, and never seen anybody. Huh? And then a severe swollen personal infection. Have to go Altman Family Physicians all summer long for all the signs of drug-beaten raped. Drug-beaten raped all summer long. Well, we could use Pete's tape. I've never talked to him. Only Pete I know is my brother Medina. Roofie confession. You can't use Pete's tapes. He's a stalker. He had no right in my home. It's a 4th Amendment. And photoshopping a washing scene is in the other room. It's clicking and pasting, honey. It's clicking and pasting. Like my neighbor Jim said, his son edits videos, movies that you watch on TV for a living. He's got an app in his phone. He could move the shower scene by clicking and pasting. He could even put clothes on you so it makes you look like you're crazy, sitting there acting like you're washing with clothes on. He could put your head on somebody else's body. He could Photoshop words out of sentence, make a new sentence. That's where the sheriffs out of this area want to know what was wrong with our local police. They already knew they could do all that. Everything's digital. You just click and move it. And they already know about roofies. You're sleepwalking for 4 to 6 hours. I've never been questioned of wrongdoing, and I've never been prosecuted. And I've never been found guilty. They just lie to these idiots to cover up their sextortion scheme. It's a big sextortion scheme. And he's laughing at a rape victim being scammed. They sold the recorded line of those agents mocking me. Teenagers were pissed. The FBI made fun of her for being raped. FBI made fun of her for being human trafficked. The FBI made fun of her for being drug, being raped, and because they were using amnesia drugs, she didn't know what was happening to her. They need to take care of those idiots for laughing at her. And he's laughing, stop, she don't know. A hired hitman to frame me. I found out Dave hired Pete on his own. There was no quarter. There wasn't the police involved. It wasn't a protected custody case with statements of be entrapment otherwise. Nobody can be in your home, but protected like cases with statements. It's a right to privacy in your own home. And then you have a right to remain quiet and a right to an attorney. And a right to a fair court trial. Bomb. Why can't they be in your home? Because it's against the Constitution. And he's mocking me for some man that was hired to drug, beat, and rape me. And the cartel. Okay? So he just confessed he talked to Dave's hitman, my ex-husband, and he's talked to the Vegas, and he's talked to the church people. Okay? There was no staying quiet. Now, give me a real reason why we should help you. Why I tell him about my brother-in-law, Craig, that worked under Dick Cheney. Well, I can take you somewhere and leave you. He said, first of all, have you talked to any law enforcement up here? I told him about the two silly cops on 8818. I had to light my security system. They showed up, and I only had 3 cameras outside my house. 1 to the front porch, 1 to the back porch, and 1 to the side yard. Okay? We only started laying a camera with an extension cord underneath the boat tarp at the end of September because people pull in and look at me. And we had a light in the security system. At midnight, they showed up. Ma'am, it looks like an alien orb or an angry spirit. And I'm like, sir, it's hot out there. Would you like some water? I thought he was dehydrated. He's like, no, ma'am. He said, you know how we handle it here in the country. If someone comes on your property at night, you buy a big dog, open the door, and let the dog handle it. More likely it was one of those idiots coming over to drug me and rape me again. They were human trafficking me under drugs, so I just wake up like that. Going to the doctor, and because I didn't see anybody, they were giving me iron pills for bruising, stuff for throwing up, headaches, and severe personal infection. And muscle relaxers because my muscles hurt so bad from being beat. It's not funny making fun of a human trafficking victim that they're running a sextortion scam on. That agent was to arrest him the first day. They had life in federal for confessing to him, not him making fun of the victim. Then he offers me, if I agree to get information on Dave and the churches, he'd open an informant program. I told him I could do that. Comes with a $5,000 a month immunity for life, even when you tell. You can't be legally charged for anything again, and you'll have that money to live on. Admit to no wrongdoing, and I'll take care of everything in the end. All right? And then if you try to tell someone, oh, you're crazy, he's already admitted he talked to everybody in his own confession. I told my friend from the prosecutor's office that agent can't talk to you like that, and the police know like that. They can't talk to you like that. He can't bully you into false statements. He can't even ask you to stay quiet. He's only a police officer, a higher one. But it takes a sitting judge, and no sitting judge would sign his own arrest warrant, taking your freedom of speech away. The only thing you can do is put your money immunity, and you get money immunity for the rest of your life for working any part of any case, 5 minutes or an hour. And they can't legally ever drop you. The Department of Justice will put them in jail. I said, well, everybody already knew. He said, I don't care. He said, it's a law. And that agent is dating one of the human traffickers. Those 2 big blonde girls that were from Florida. One of them's name's Lauren. One of them lost down to about, from a 20-24 down to 16. The other one's still fat. They have been bragging from Massillon to Akron to Louisville that they're stealing for them. And he's dating one of the human traffickers. He's not allowed to date a human trafficker. He's dating a child molester and a serial killer. And they've been bragging he's been stealing the money for them. And like my friend from the prosecutor's office, your case can't be closed till you die. Because they can hire someone else to kill you.